Welcome back to round 2 of Standard.
Of Wednesday Night Standard.
Wednesday Night Standard. That's what I was missing. We're here for round 2. My name is
Maybe I
Justin
should
Blackburn.
stop letting you do the intros.
I asked you if you wanted to do it, and you said no. I'm going to mess it up. So.
Hi guys,
my
I'm
name
Keely.
is Justin.
I'm Keely, otherwise known as Ren, as I keep talking over Justin.
And we're here to watch Tony versus Tim. And
another green-white deck.
yeah. And so as I told them they were on camera, they apparently were talking about what they were playing to each other. So this is going to be a little interesting. And I don't know.
What is brushing my leg? Oh.
I always like having Tony on camera because Tony never wants to be on camera, but he never denies it. Like,
good to know.
You're allowed to say you don't want to be on camera, and we can ask him, and it's like, you can not be on camera if you don't want to, and he's like, no, it's fine. But
yeah,
then,
it's always just fine. Oh, we just got a
But then
subscriber.
when he's on camera, he complains the whole time.
Thank you, Vladimus, for the Twitch subs.
Yeah, so Tim may not be on the red-black, but
He's
he's
on the red and the black.
He's playing red and black. Bomat could be a very aggressive card, or it could be a control card. That's kind of the, I don't know. Scrap Heap.
So we've got basic check land, and
Yeah.
oh, it's the gay cat.
It's the double striking cat.
It's gay cat.
Yep.
It's Pride Month, gay cat.
Oh.
Remember when I got spoiled how it was exceedingly rainbow?
It is very rainbow, but
It is a very rainbow
can't tell
foil.
on camera.
I don't care. As far as I'm concerned, it is a gay cat, and it makes me very happy, especially with it being Pride Month.
It is. But
So we're apparently attempting to dash all of Tony's hopes and dreams.
Dash Hopes isn't standard legal.
That's true. That is true.
Tim does not have a third land. I don't know how I like that. I mean, his hand doesn't look too bad with that mana, but I still, like, he has a Glorybringer, which kind of sucks.
Which is really good, except you kind of need more than 2 lands.
Yeah. It's a good card, but it's not good with no lands.
Yeah, it's only good when you can cast it.
He's kind of just sitting on these Bomats, like...
And we've got a Pride Sovereign from Tony.
Yeah. I guess +1/+1 for each other cat he controls. And I'm not sure what Tony didn't swing there. He kills everything. Bomats aren't going to block. He's going to swing.
Right, because he was already tapped out and would not have been able to get his cards. Yeah, so Chad is saying it definitely looks like red, black, aggro, and yeah, green, white cats, which we have gotten it updated to.
So
it is looking fairly aggressive.
Yeah, so I think Tim is on aggro. He was on control last time I saw him play red, black deck, and it was like Edict Effects, Cut to Ribbons, Engraph.
It's pretty good.
And then it, you know, what's the black X card that's the finisher?
Torment of Hailfire?
Torment of Hailfire.
I'm glad to hear that there was a deck playing that then. I love that evil card.
It was the mirror.
Oh, jeez.
And maybe it wasn't Tim on it. It could have been Alex Halonen, now that I say that. But, there was one last Wednesday, and it was very interesting, and the only words I have to say about it is I liked it.
Definitely sounds like an interesting deck.
It was Bryce Sheedler.
You have no idea who was playing, do you?
I don't know if that's how you say his last name.
Is that even from Wednesday?
Sheedler.
Oh, that is from Wednesday.
And yeah, red, black. They say aggro on here. They're wrong, but
all right, so Tony's getting in now.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2 aggressive decks versus each other. Tony kind of has to attack. Tim doesn't want to lose his hand, but he doesn't want to take
and we've frozen again.
He doesn't want to take the potential. Tony could be hitting him for 10 if that cat goes unblocked. What is... I don't know what any of those cards are.
And...
Oh, cool. Okay,
That's
Gains and Prevention. You have protection from that card. That cards can't be played or something like that.
Yeah. Let's get that pulled up on camera.
It's called Gideon's Intervention, but
yeah, you're right.
It does. Soul Scrum Age is not what he wants.
It's a really good card, but it doesn't do a whole lot in this matchup right now.
He wants lands. He's struggling so hard.
At least it's only a 1-drop, so that is something he can at least play.
We know what it's named. We don't know what the card does.
Yeah, as it enters the battlefield, choose a card name. Your opponents can't cast spells with the chosen name. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to you and permanents you control by it. Yep, there we go. We have it pulled up on screen.
Okay, but it can still block. The card cannot block, which it actually makes it really good. But
yeah,
makes it better than it normally would be. But without that, they could block still and attack planeswalkers. Oh no, it's permanents.
Yeah, it is permanents you control.
Okay, but they can still block freely. But Scrapheap Scrounger has the lovely text that says you cannot, or it cannot block.
Right.
So makes it very good.
So at least with drawing a 1-drop, Tim does actually have a blocker now.
Yeah.
So he's not going to take a lot of cat to the base.
Go off?
Well, the fact that he has left up a red mana this time, not only because he, not very many other choices.
He did attack, right, with Beaumont?
I'm assuming so, considering it is tapped.
Okay, I didn't see him put a card under it, but
I wasn't watching during the attack phase. I think I was looking at Gideon's Intervention. So he is going to block with the Soul Scar Mage.
I think that's fair. He cannot take that much. Like, that cat represents so much damage underneath it. Okay. I think that's +2/+2 and lifelink. No, it's
and untap it.
Lifelink and untap it. Oh, okay. He's building up the damage. He's building up his cats before he... Tony, we can just remember, like... It is your card. You're technically responsible for being prepared with it, but...
Right. And I mean, there's always the alternative of what I always think about doing with it, and what I know a lot of people have, where you just turn it upside down, you have to untap it twice. At a 45-degree angle.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Or a 90-degree angle.
I like it just upside down. Or
yeah.
even better, throw it across the room. That way you don't have to bother about untapping it, because you can't find it.
That is certainly true. All right, so we finally have land number 3.
Yeah. And
a much-needed land number 3.
Anyway. Tony is saying if Tim Sweltering Suns, he will poop everywhere. So
yeah, prepare is untap +2/+2 and gains lifelink.
Okay.
So now he has fight in his graveyard, which is of course 3 and a green sorcery. Target creature fights target creature and opponent controls. Target creature you control fights creature your opponent controls.
What's the card called? Struggle, fight?
Prepare to fight.
Prepare to fight, okay. I'm thinking of the green. I was thinking of the green.
Struggle to survive?
Yeah. I was thinking of the green part of the green-black one. The discard and draw version.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, I was very confused. I was like, why is that card called fight? That makes more sense.
Alright, so we have an unlicensed disintegration, and that cat has been disintegrated.
Yeah. That is just a pile of...
Flaming cat ashes.
Yeah, just ash and
fur.
The scent of burnt hair. And that's it's a sad, very sad cat.
Because we totally aren't morbid here at Top Deck Productions.
Well, I mean, if you disintegrate a cat,
I did start it.
The cat isn't gonna
I did kind of start it.
Well, yeah, I was gonna make the comment.
So we have an Eternalized Kitty.
Yeah, 4/4 double striker is pretty good.
Yeah, 4/4 Eternalized Gay Cat.
But he actually has the token for it, so.
Which is better than we could say for the Exert, apparently.
Yeah, I do not often see people prepared with their Eternalized tokens, so I'm
definitely a good thing to
having it.
Wasn't it actually last year that it's Sacred Cat, correct?
Yeah.
Wasn't it actually last year during June that it got spoiled?
Sacred Cat?
I think so.
that card's not called Sacred Cat.
They're not Sacred Cat. Which one is that?
I don't know.
It's, as far as I'm concerned, it's Gay Cat. And I never actually learned the name.
I don't remember what the card's
All
name
right, so we're
is
scooping it up.
called,
I actually believe, though, the point that I was trying to make, I actually believe it was spoiled last year during June, and I got really excited that they spoiled a very rainbow promo that I started calling Gay Cat because it was Pride Month last time.
I mean, I'm sure you could look it up. But,
if I dig far enough back in Mythic spoilers...
Yeah.
Adorn Pouncer, thank you, chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it was spoiled... The promo was actually spoiled last June. Because I think it was leaked, like, super early.
Yeah, that was one of the ones that was leaked super early. I do remember that was because everybody was mad because it was, like, barely legible because of how bright it was.
Gay Cat. That's all I cared about. It was rainbow.
Rainbows!
Right. Thank you, chat. Sacred Cat is the one with lifelink with Embalm.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking of.
Okay. I was like, that doesn't make
I get the two of them confused.
They're both cats.
They're both cats. They're from the same block.
They both are 1/1s.
And I don't play much Standard. So.
Yeah.
What did you just throw?
Flip it over and find out.
I swear to God if this is a Sapperling. Okay, it's just a Yargle. I was about to be very upset with you if it was actually a Sapperling, because I'm the one who does the throwing of the Sapperlings.
A magic card back to Sapperling would be really cool. I have one of those at home because Is It versus Golgari came with magic backed tokens.
Actually, all of the dual decks do.
Yeah, I know.
So I actually just got Elves versus Inventors and Merfolk versus Goblins not all that long ago.
Yeah.
Those are a couple of really good
I saw them
dual
in your
decks.
binder when I was looking for the Shivan Dragon.
Yeah. I have a lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah.
Because, of course, all of my good stuff is the stuff that I'll actually use, and all of my jank is all the stuff that I try to get rid of.
That's in your binder, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone will want it someday.
Someday. I just have to find somebody that's like me, that collects the jank.
I mean, like I said, I think multiple times already, I have so much bulk that, like,
Same.
I don't even plan on using. I have Kamigawa cards. I have alternate 4th edition cards. I have alpha cut 4th edition cards, which are exceedingly rare, but not worth anything. So
Right. Okay, so the reason I have a Shivan Dragon in my binder is because it's a we said revised, correct?
It's revised, yes.
It's a revised Shivan Dragon. And I was born in 1993. So if we're counting Alpha, I'm like 9 months younger than the game of Magic as a whole.
You have Alpha Shivan Dragon?
Because I haven't been able to find one. That was the oldest one I've ever found, and I actually found that up in Yellow Springs.
Got it.
And it was like $2, if that.
No, I can't even imagine it would be that much. It's revised for you.
I know, it's a Shivan Dragon.
No, revised is actually a very heavily printed set in comparison to Magic. Like, packs don't sell for as much as you'd think, and they have dual lands in them.
Interesting.
I believe locally, the GameSwap actually had a box of revised, and they were selling packs for like $140.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're correct, because we actually had that in here last week.
And Star City has them for $60, but they haven't had them in stock in, I believe, 2 or 3 years.
Wow.
So, but
yeah, that's the reason why I have a Shivan Dragon, is because as we looked right after round 1, it's 11 months younger than me. And I really just wanted to have a card that was that close to me in age. And of all the cards that I could gather, Shivan Dragon is really cheap.
See, the sad thing is, I think one of the cards that would be closest to my age is like Zuberas or something. When did Mirrodin come out?
So
2003?
I have no idea. Let's look at what sets of Magic came out in 2002.
2001.
2001?
I'm not a baby. I'm just a child.
I don't care. You're still younger than me. So 2001, you said?
Yeah.
So $140, not $1.40.
Yes, 140.
If it was $1.40, I would have bought the entire freaking box.
Yes.
They would have had to fight me.
I believe they are actually all purchased already, but oh, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Scott. So,
looks like
2000. So, what month were you born?
July. So Apocalypse would be the closest.
Yeah, Apocalypse is going to be the closest to you.
Okay.
So Apocalypse and Odyssey.
So Apocalypse, because Apocalypse is kind of just superior.
Sure.
It is a very good set for you, those of you that don't know. Pernicious Deed is in that set. I believe Mirari's Wake is from that set, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. Pick up Dramoka and find out.
I was about to say,
I think I have an OG one.
It could be Judgment.
Change that. It is from Judgment.
Judgment? Okay.
And that's the one that I actually have in Dramoka, because...
Right.
Or no, I don't have that in Dramoka. I have that...
No, you played it earlier.
Do I still have the old one in Dramoka? I do still have the old one in Dramoka.
So, I'm not sure what these guys sideboarded. Tony brought in Naturalized.
We were so excited talking about stupid stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Shivan Dragon.
Shivan Dragon.
It's a cool card. I actually do want to find all the Shivan Dragons, one from every set.
I think that would be really
including
cool.
Alpha Cut.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
I can't imagine how hard it would be to find, but I can't actually think it would be that expensive. I can't imagine it would be more than $15.
Probably not.
But it's neat.
Yeah. So as far as alternate 4th edition, how much do you know about that? Because the only thing I know is from looking it up on Star City, but I think it's neat.
So I believe it was an intro set. It was an intro set or a 1v1, like a multiplayer set.
So we actually have, pausing for a moment to actually look back at the game, we have an authority of the consoles from Tony. Seems pretty alright here.
Yeah, that seems like a Tony card. Tony does not have the typical sideboard cards, because Tony has preferences, unlike some Magic players, which I completely respect. Because I love Authority of the Consoles.
It's a
I don't
really
think
good
it's played
card.
enough, and frankly, it's really good against red. So.
I actually have a foil one.
Really?
Yeah, it's in Grand Arbiter.
Okay.
Because, you know, that deck needed to be more expensive.
Yeah, it's also Authority, so just like
it's really good.
More of the law pushing.
So we have a sad tapped Hazoret.
Yeah. I think it's fine, because I don't think Tim has enough cards in hand for it. He has 3, I think.
Yeah.
So it actually makes it better, because...
Well, there goes Hazoret. Bye, Hazoret.
Making your creatures enter tapped.
With a seal away in the format. Oh, that's amazing. Really good.
I love that. This is why I like Tony, because Tony puts in stuff that you wouldn't expect, and I just love it. I love watching his games.
Get the Phoenix in.
Yeah. Phoenix is gross. That seems fine.
Yeah, I mean, that means he's gaining 2 life for each creature.
Miracle.
Yeah, unfortunately, Tony's not drawing a whole lot of gas. He's just drawing a lot of stall.
What does he have in his hand? I saw Naturalized and Land. I didn't see anything else.
Well, his Adorned Pouncer and his Serpapard both got. So we have another Rekindling Phoenix.
Oh, I don't like it.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty brutal on Tony here. Unless he can...
Miracle.
So without any kind of board removal here... Fumigate or
Tony can play
anything.
cards. I'm not sure what he's really waiting on. Is one of those Phoenixes foil? One looks different than the other.
I think it must be.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the one on top is foil. It looks like it has a little bit more of shine back on it. So let's see. It doesn't look like he has anything for his board state.
He has a Regal Caracal, which is very good if he draws a land. Oh, nice. Get into life. So, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty brutal.
And if he draws a Subtle Wreckage, he actually is fine.
And that's game 2.
Rough. That was rough. So, unfortunately for Tony, he got, like, he had the cards he wanted, but he didn't have anything else.
Yeah. And Tim just had the removal there in the first couple of turns, just kept it coming.
Like, the perfect plays. He had what he wanted when he wanted it, and he just had the perfect time to kill Tony. Alternate 4th edition. It's a unique print run. It was most likely the first attempt to produce Magic cards within the United States.
Right, and that actually brings up the point that I was trying to make about it, which I think is really, really cool. It was actually printed here in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's one of the things I find really interesting is, yeah, it was one of the first attempts, as we just read on Gamepedia, likely the first attempt to produce magic cards in the United States.
Yeah. So, for those of you that don't know what was wrong with alternate 4th edition,
there was a lot wrong with alternate 4th
edition.
edition.
Were inconsistently thick, and I've heard that they were poorly cut. I haven't seen any that were cut poorly. But
yeah, I think there were a lot of miscuts in in alternate 4th.
I haven't seen any, but
I just think it's really, really interesting that it was actually done locally, and also I just realized that whoever wrote that Gamepedia article wrote Cincinnati wrong, because there are not 2 T's in Cincinnati.
Huh. Interesting.
I'm sorry, I get nitpicky about that.
It is a wiki, so you can change it, but, right? Gamepedia is a wiki.
It is, yeah.
Okay. But, how you can tell if a card is alternate 4th edition is if it's obviously thick and from 4th edition. The card has to be from 4th edition to be alternate 4th edition. Otherwise, it is something else. But, so 4th edition do have the date stamp on them, which is 93. And 93, 90, I don't know.
I think it's 94.
95.
Yeah, it said 95 for alternate 4th.
95.
It actually said that in the article.
And the cards are extremely glossy on the back.
That's right. That is the other.
Hold them upside down
tell,
with the light, you can tell immediately. And your chances of having all alternate 4th editions are pretty good if you just have a random set from 4th edition. Because, like, if you were to have a box of 4th edition, they should either all be or none of them are. And sometimes the coloration is also off on the card, but that's mainly...
Right, and the article was also saying that sometimes they're confused with Summer of Magic, which
yes,
is very off-color.
Summer of Magic is from 1994, and for those
very
of you
infamous.
that don't know, it is extremely rare and extremely expensive.
Yeah, one of them is a Hurricane printed in blue, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of cards are like blue when they should be green.
Right,
and
like green spells that are very clearly green spells that are in very blue in color.
Yeah, and that was very common even back then. Like Hurricane, or it's like Ice Wall or something. It's like a green card, but it is completely blue. And the only way to tell is the green mana symbol.
And Tony is attempting to untap his lands upside down.
It's fine. So Tony takes 2 every attack, which is fine. Like, it actually slows down carries up a lot.
Yeah, he has the Ragavan will gain him a life with every enter.
Spray your carry Zev. Oh.
Yeah, get that cat out of there.
Get that monkey out of here.
So we got a tap Scrap Heap Scrounger. Back up to 20.
I completely forgot what I was talking about, by the way.
Oh, we were talking about Summer of Magic.
Right. I was going to say something that I don't know. It's like, it's expensive. That's like all my point was going to be.
So we got a Prowling Serpapard, which will eat something.
Kills Ragavan. I believe Karizev has Menace.
I believe you're
she has
correct.
First Strike, and she has something else.
I believe you're right. I believe she has Menace. Get in there with the Scrawler, too.
Yep. Why doesn't he... Yeah, okay.
Yeah, First Strike Menace.
Okay. So Karizev actually shouldn't have attacked there, I believe. Because the monkey comes
just dies every turn.
It comes in, gains him a life, and then gets blocked. So he's staying at the same life total due to Karizev. So I think that Karizev should have stayed back. And it gets better the more creatures are attacking. Like now I would attack with Karizev with 2 Scroungers, but I wouldn't have before.
Alright, that's 1 Scrawler down.
Yep.
Tony seems a little bit bitter about losing his cat.
He is. Tony loves his cats. For those of you that haven't seen any pictures of his cats are adorable. Tony,
I am actually genuinely surprised that I have not seen.
Tony legitimately has adorable cats. They're very cute. I mean, Tony loves cats, and he has cats.
And now he has 2 cats down.
Yeah, and they're both exiled, which is kind of sad. Like, I'm not sure what he uses his graveyard for.
But he did just windmill another Prowling Serpapard.
Yep.
So he still has another monkey blocker. And in fact, we'll block the monkey.
Yeah, same thing.
Oh, that was close. I almost knocked over my drink.
So Kyle told me that he shook this up, so I'm just gonna...
I believe that. But it's also been sitting back here with us for the last 15 minutes. I think it's fine.
Yeah. With computer equipment back here, I'm not gonna take a chance.
That's entirely fair. So we got to seal away on the other Scrap Heap Scrawler.
Yeah, Scrounger needs to be exiled. That's the best way to do it. There is no good way to, like, kill it. You have to exile it because it always will come back. Tim doesn't have any food for it, but food will come. So he wants to, like, Tony wants to exile it when he can. Obviously he couldn't, but it's not a card that you just want sitting in the graveyard for fun.
And seal away a Phoenix too. Get that out of there.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Definitely dealing with some of the big threats.
Phoenix should not be
in the graveyard
play.
either.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's fine to be in the graveyard if you have a way to kill the token, which he didn't. So.
All right, so Tony's finally able to get in. We have another Phoenix. Cast down on the other one.
Cast out. Cast down.
Or cast out, you're correct.
They said, Tim did say cast down. So.
It's either down or out. At least they're both in standard this time.
Yeah. Cast down kills it, and it has to be non-legendary. Cast out exiles it.
Puts it into timeout for a little while.
That's true. Cast out does put it in a timeout, because if the enchantment gets removed.
So we have another sad tapped Hazard.
Relentless with these threats. He has drawn straight gas. Tony smartly naming cats here. I don't know what he has.
Well, he unfortunately doesn't have another windmill slam of a removal spell
I would
for the
slam that
Hazard.
Sacred Cat for just chump blocks.
Tapping 1 white hesitantly.
I don't know.
Untapping 1 white.
I'm not sure what his hesitation is for. I like if Tony's hesitant about a magma spray.
Oh, he has to do that hard maths.
Does he have an appeal to authority? Oh, he does. He has appeal to authority. He's dead. He's got it. Wow.
All right.
Okay.
It looks like that's going to be it for round 2 for us here.
Serpapard is a 4/3, so it dealt 4, and he turned the Adorned Pouncer into a 4/4. So, yeah, Peel gave it +3/+3, so it was a 4/4. 4/4 with double strike, deal 8. Serpapard deal another 4. Tim was at 12. He dealt 12. That was Xaxes. Wow.
Gotta love the Xaxes.
Like, Appeal to Authority is one of the best cards.
It really is.
It outshines everything else. And, like, Authority just taps everything down for the kill. So.
Yeah, Authority of the Consuls is a really, really good card, especially with red being as prevalent in the format as it is.
Yeah.
Just kind of slows it down just enough and gets you just enough life to get time to draw your removal for it.
So it's a very weird card against monsters, red-green monsters, which Tim wasn't playing, but Thrashing Brontoton makes it a lot more awkward.
Because it can just deal with it from the get-go.
If Bronodon was going to get killed, it just removes it. and then there's nothing to do. But Tim was not playing monsters; he was playing red-black. So, and black has a much rougher time dealing with that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, you don't really get the good enchantment removal in red and black.
Nope. You have burning the face and nothing else.
Yeah, you have to go over the top of the enchantments usually.
Yeah, black has duress to remove it from their hand before it's played. So
duress and
duress is
divest.
Divest hits creature or an artifact.
Is that all that hits?
Yeah.
Well, that explains why I have not seen it played like at all.
Yeah. It's just not as good as duress. It's still a fine card. I've seen it.
Yeah, there it is.
Some,
yeah.
And it works very well, but it's just not as played as much.
Right. There's not as many threats that it can hit. It can still hit some, but
yeah. It's good against red when you take a Phoenix. It's good against white when you take a Lyra or something that's impossible to kill.
All right, it looks like we have a request for Tony's Cats list.